Alright, let's check out what we found from the last few days here. First, I want to start with this eBay order we got. We got 5 Jack Vance books, total of $26.73 after shipping and tax, which comes to roughly a little over $5 a book. But we do got nice copies of Kujal's Saga, Book 3 in the Dying Earth series. Spine's not that great, but the cover, front and back cover, very nice. Just only a tiny mark there. I accept it. Better than a big bookstore stamp, and it's a decent copy. It's well read, obviously. You can kind of feel it's been read a few times, but it's hard to find this particular title along with this one. This one's, I think, even maybe a little harder to find. This one, let's see, are they? Oh yeah, both Baen editions. Rialto the Marvelous, Book 4, the Dying Earth series. Both very good. This one's really good. I like this one as well, though. I think the second half I like better. Rialto the Marvelous. Very nice copy of this one too. Yeah, small mark right there. I'm glad bookstores didn't often overdo it. Like they tried to be respectful of the book somewhat. Still, I wouldn't write it in at all, but yet alone these two for $26.73 or whatever would be worth it. But we got a few other titles as well. Troy, nice looking copy there. Not familiar with the title otherwise. I like Jack Vance though, so I will eventually read it, I'm sure. And this one too. Let's see, book 1 of the. This one's a bit of a big thick book for him. Usually they're about that size. This one's 500 plus pages, and it's a part of a series. On Araminta Station. A little nicked up, but not bad overall for a big book. Binding still alright. And Eke and Old Earth. Not sure if that's how you pronounce it. A well-read copy, but it looks pretty nice. So whoever had these took good care of them. Read them well. Anyways, so that's the eBay order from, let's see, Monday. Today's Wednesday. Found some $1 titles. Everything in here might be mixed up, though. I'll tell you what the prices are. $1 for this copy of Science Fiction Analog and Science Fact, February 1976. Aha! But the reason I got it, for the most part, there were a few other different months and copies of this, but they had this one of all the ones. This is one of the ones that's worth the most. It comes in 4. This Children of Dune first appearance comes in 4 parts in this in Analog magazine, and this is, I believe, part 2. Let me make sure. I have the other part, so it's either I have part 2 and 3. I'm pretty sure. Where does this say? Let's see. Oh, there it is. Yeah, part 2, 4. So I have parts 2 and 3, and this one's in pretty good shape for its age, but it's worth a lot more than $1, I guarantee that, especially with the new movies coming out based on Dune Messiah and Children of Dune. I'm assuming this will be a pretty hot item in the near future. I got the other one somewhere up there in my collection. Eventually be some of those, but what a great find there. And yeah, really nice shape as well. It doesn't have someone's sticker, because these used to come in the mail and stuff, and they'd have a sticker that brings down the value a little bit. Not too much, but this is a nice looking copy. Hell House, $4 by Richard Matheson. Oversized paperback. Nice condition. I don't see the Matheson titles too often. And fair deal for $4. And a really good deal for $4 for Speaks the Night Bird and the sequel, Queen of Bedlam, by Robert McCammon, books 1 and 2 in the Matthew Corbett series, which has 9 or 10 books, I believe, for the first 3. These are both really good. I highly recommend these. They're good for most people, but maybe not for the faint of heart. There's a few scenes, especially the 3rd book, that I don't think many people would could handle or want to read. But for the most part, his stuff's pretty normal. And I'm reading Boy's Life right now by McCammon, and it is really, really, really good. That is one that just about anyone could read and enjoy. Don't have to do it. It's not, not nothing too scary. And he has a few moments of some scariness, but from a boy's point of view, sort of. And so you got Jack Vance, The Last Castle, Ace Double here, along with, so you do The Vertical Flip, World of the Sleeper by Tony Russell Wayman. Haven't heard of him before, but we got Jack Vance, The Last Castle. It's in a pretty nice shape too, so worth seeing if there's any writing. There we go, bookstore stamp. Now, one time back in, I guess 1988, maybe. No, that would have been before. I think those two are separate. Somebody bought. This was at one time 20 cents, and then later on somebody wrote their name, probably. Definitely worth more than 20 cents, and definitely worth a lot more than 20 cents. Definitely worth more than the $1 I paid for it. Got Robert Silverberg's The Book of Skulls. Where Silverberg goes today, the rest of science fiction will follow tomorrow. It's pretty high praise for such a good writer, great writer, prolific writer as Asimov. Yeah, I haven't seen this one. Oh, no, we've seen different editions or variants of this, but not this particular one. You got Zelazny's The Changing Land. I don't believe I've seen this before, or don't remember seeing it. Nice condition, love that. $1 for that as well, and $1 for The Satanic Bible by Anton Lovey. How do you say his last name? Sandor. Zandor. I'm sure it's made up. Yeah, pretty nice condition. Some L. Sprague de Camp books we got as well. Lest Darkness Fall. As I say, a classic tribal story of a modern man's confrontation with the ancient world. More L. Sprague de Camp we got as well. Queen of Zamba. Something for an easy listening. A few by him. The Hostage of Zir, book number 3 in the Krishna series. And this book number 1 in the Krishna series, so that's cool. And these are Ace editions as well, same with that one. Only $1 each for these, so good deals. And book 2, so we got books 1, 2, and 3. Makes for a very easy listing of the Krishna series. This one is The Hand of Zai, however you say it. Look at the size of that two-trunked elephant. Whoa, look at his ears. What the hell? Wait, he's a train. What the? That's cool. Well, this is pretty interesting too. Now that I look at it a little closer, that's coming out of the. Now, is that behind? That's behind the ship, right? I was gonna say if it's coming out of this part of the ship, that's really weird. But it wouldn't surprise me after looking at that. And what do we got here? Oh, that's cool. Anyway, what else we got here? We found $1 each for all those, and $1 for Michael Moorcock's The Final Program. Great looking copy here as well. Spine's a little creased up. The cover, front back cover, great. Writing there, part of the Cornelius, Jerry Cornelius. I think it's the first. I'm pretty sure the Jerry Cornelius series, which appeared in these kind of magazines first before it became a book form. And it's early stuff of Moorcock, so it's not really well regarded as much as say his Elric novels and stories. John Brunner's Age. We got a few John Brunner, I believe. Age of Miracles. This one's in pretty nice shape. Kind of really cool looking cover here. Yeah, the spine looks nice. Oh, we got an interesting one here. Not too familiar with, but taking a chance on. Yeah, $1 for that. $1 for this as well. Dark World Detective. Seems interesting. By Science and Sorcery. A nice shade, so for $1, why not? Could be something someone out there is looking for. Michael, name sounds kind of familiar, but I don't remember the J. Michael Reeves. I don't know. Ursula K. Le Guin's A Wizard of Earthsea. This is the first book of the Earthsea. It's more than a trilogy, I believe. Nice looking copy, though. there's, if you don't know, there's also a Miyazaki movie based on the Earthsea series, which is pretty good, a little bit underrated maybe, because so many other Miyazaki movies are just so good. So, and I would agree, it's the Tales of Earthsea, I believe is the title, is not nearly as good as, say, Spirited Away or Princess Mononoke or Howl's Moving Castle even. The Jagged Orbit, another John Brunner. Castle in the Sky as well, a really, really older Miyazaki, which is really good. And look, we got Richard Adams, who is the author of Watership Down, writing Maya. This is a really nice looking copy, a big book too, so this one is probably unread, possibly read once at the most. Maybe somebody just only read a tiny bit of it. Is it? No, it's pretty flat for how big, but might, or it somehow might need some glue. You kind of see a little wiggle right there, but I got the glue if needed. Otherwise, you gotta sell this. You gotta kind of depict that. The person might receive it and be bummed out because it's such a nice looking copy otherwise. You know, or just let them know that that's the case and show a picture and say it's not that bad. So we got Harry Harrison's the stainless steel route saves the world. Nice looking copy here though. And then what we got in there? We found $1 for the first time ever in a book recently, so you never know. This is by Sphere. We've seen them before, but an unusual publisher you don't see. So this particular edition is kind of rare, but probably not worth too much though overall. But pretty cool. It's a nice shape, so it makes it making it that much better. Worth getting for $1. And that was also $1 for my Richard Adams Maya, so a great deal there. $4 for this copy of Stephen King's Different Seasons. Very nice condition. Great book too. Boy's Life, which the one I said I'm reading by McCammon, reminds me a lot of the story The Body, aka Stand By Me. Very, very similar. Very reminiscent. This, of course, came out way before, though McCammon wasn't copying or anything. It's just very similar to, kind of a mix between The Body and It. It's pretty gross, though. This is a first print, so great deal there. It, of course, is way different and has some pretty gross and even some questionable stuff in it, for sure. Trying to figure out why Stephen King went a certain route with some of the last chapters of his book. Oh, whatever. Look, we got I believe this was $3 for this copy of Swan Song. Even though the back of it's all beat up, still worth it. And this is the older edition. It's probably a little bit of a later printing. Yeah, a fifth printing. Nevertheless, awesome find for only $3. Definitely sell it for at least 20. Probably a little more. And today, let's see, for $1 we found Zelazny's Changeling, or Changeling, or however you say it. I think it's Changeling. Yeah, pretty good condition. This one's also illustrated, so I kind of put it over the top. Wasn't gonna wait to see if it was there on Bag Day. You got Faust Part 1 by Goff. Pretty nice condition. Penguin edition. Not too bad overall. Be worth checking. There's of course a name right there, so there's that. But to see if this is the kind of book that might have pencil, pen, underlining, highlighters, marks, but it doesn't. It's clean. And $3 for this copy of Stephen Lawhead's Empyrean. It's an omnibus with 2 books in it. Lawhead, I hadn't heard of this before, seen this before, or the series. Read some of Lawhead's King Arthur fiction, historical fiction. Or it's definitely not historical, it's totally fiction, but it's pretty good. It's entertaining. I read it a long time ago. And he has become a little more popular in recent years, so I figure somebody will probably like it. It's a bigger book too. Don't want to wait for Bag Day to get that. So, oh, actually, this was inside the store, so it was $3. I forgot. $3 also for Werner Vinge's Across Real Time. This is another omnibus, single volume, so guessing 2 books. Let's see. What does it say? Book 1, The Peace War, which we've, of course, come across before. And it's probably the second book. Does it say? Whatever. And $3 for Clive Barker's Magica. Nice looking copy. It's got this little fold out thing you don't see too often in paperbacks. That's kind of cool. And yeah, pretty nice looking copy. Doesn't look like it has any writing or anything on the front. And NYRB Classic, $3 for The Door by Szabo, who I believe there's another NYRB title by. Always grab these. That's not a sticker, that's actually printed on there. Alright, you got $3 for this copy of Practice of Palmistry. I'm not exactly sure how that's said. I see it written, but never hear it pronounced. Palmistry, right? Be about, I don't know how else you would pronounce it. It's already got stuff underlined. It looks like it's printed that way. Is it? Or did somebody do that? I think it's printed that way. Let me take it. Looking for kind of far away. Yeah, it's printed that way. I'm pretty sure. Interesting, but you know, for $3, it's pretty interesting subject matter. So somebody will enjoy that. $1 for this copy of Handbook of Psychology by Baldwin. No, excuse me, this was actually $5, and the reason I got it is because it's very, very old. Of course, people out there are always looking for psychology books, and also the older ones, you know, the ones that are worth a little bit. There are collectors of psychology books as well, but this is from 1889, 1890, I believe it was printed. As we will see in a second. Well, as you actually see right there, it says 1890. Doesn't necessarily make it printed on that year, but I think that is the case because the copyright page here says 1889. So I'm assuming this was printed in 1890. I could be wrong. This could be something that is later printed because it's in fairly nice condition. I guess if this did come from that year or was made in that year, then it's quite a quality book as far as how they made it to hold up for so long. And oh, good. It seems like there's no pen or pencil marks in there or anything. This is what does it say? There's senses and intellect. So we will find out if that's worth a little something. Anything before like 1910, 1920, 1910, especially when you get to the 1800s, then you start having the much more possibility of something being worth a lot. That could be, it's definitely worth more than $5, I guarantee you that. Let's see, Crash at Corona. What did I... Wait a second, did I pay $1 for this or $5 for this? I don't remember. I think this is a $1. I'm pretty sure this is a $1 title. If it wasn't, it was $5. That's kind of a big difference. Not sure what you... Pretty sure this was... yeah, I wouldn't have paid $5 for this. It looks like not good enough. I mean, it does have a protective mylar sleeve on it, but that sleeve is a little bit kind of seen it, you know, you can see some of the age of that, yeah, grimy kind of, but the book underneath is in fabulous shape. So, but I think that's reason enough for them to put it in the outside sale and have it be $1. It might have ended up out there anyways. So, anyways, that's it. Oh yeah, definitely $1 after looking at former ex-library copies. So yeah. Interesting looking book though. Someone will enjoy that. Good deal for $1. Thank you so much for watching. That went on a little too long, but I got a lot of interesting, good stuff here. I think so far for one of the first 3 days of the week. Yeah. See you later on Happy reading to you. Of course, to those about to read, we double salute you.